My dear students, thank you for the promotion in next higher class. I am R.K. Chaudhary. I shall teach you geography in standard 10. The syllabus of standard 10 geography is chapter 1, chapter 4, chapter 5, chapter 6 and chapter 7. A day before yesterday, the HRD minister has also announced 30% cut in present syllabus from standard 9 to standard 12. The first chapter in geography is resources and development. Resources are anything available in the environment or nature which can satisfy our needs and aspirations. It has some special features like resources must be in limited quantity, it must be transported from one place to another place, it has marketability, and it must have application of technology to provide value addition to goods and services. Resources are needed for our personal development, for the development of the nation, for economic growth, and for the eradication of poverty and unemployment, which is besetting our political setup. Resources are not free gifts of nature. It is the interaction of human being that is creating different types of resources. Resources, that is nature, environment, institutions and technology. These three have symbiotic relationship, and so resources creation is man-made creation, because man is also a resources, and the ultimate user of resources is also human being. Now the classification of resources. There are different ways to classify resources. First, on the basis of origin, resources are classified as biotic and abiotic resources. Biotic resources are those resources which have life, like human being, wildlife, forests, etc. Abiotic resources are those which do not have life, like land, water, minerals, energy resources. Another classification is based on exhaustibility. On this basis, there are two resources, renewable and non-renewable. Renewable resources are those which can be renewed or replenished after its usage, like water, forest, wildlife, human beings. Inexhaustible or non-renewable resources are those resources which can't be renewed once used, like mineral and energy resources. The third classification of resources are on the basis of ownership. First is individual resources. It includes those resources which is owned and managed by a private individual, like our land, our building, our vehicle, etc. The second is community-based resources, those resources which is owned and managed by the whole society, like temple, pond, picnic park, etc. Third is national resources. These are all the resources of the nation, ultimately belongs to the nation, Nation is the ultimate arbiter of all the resources. So all the land resources, forest resources, wildlife resources comes under this category. The fourth is international resources. It includes those resources which is owned and managed by the UNO and its agencies like the high seas and open seas. One term here is exclusive economic zone. Exclusive economic zone includes the areas up to 200 kilometers from sea coast, and these resources are exploited by the countries. The fourth classification is on the basis of status of development. First is potential resources, those resources which can satisfy our needs and aspirations, but we do not have technical know-how or money to exploit it, like non-conventional sources of energy. Second is developed resources or actual resources, those resources which are surveyed, mapped and exploited by the people now. The third resources is stock resources. It includes those resources which have potentiality to satisfy our needs and aspirations, but we do not have appropriate technology to exploit it, like hydrogen and oxygen in the atmosphere which can produce water. The world is beset with water crisis, but we have no technology or technological expertise or know-how to exploit it. And the fourth is reserve. It is a subpart of the stock resources. The present technology is applicable to exploit it, but we are not exploiting it and keep it for future generations, for the posterity. Thank you.